Hey Pisces, what do we have for you this bi-weekly reading that is more potent because we're going from eclipse to eclipse. So we're starting out with the solar eclipse on October 14th in tropical astrology, being in Libra with the south node, which is also a new moon. And then we are moving to the 28th, which is a full moon, but is a lunar eclipse in Taurus on the north node. And that will be the last of the Taurus eclipses that we have for some time. If you want to know more about what that all means, check out the astrology highlight videos. There's a playlist on my channel and you can go check that out so you can stay up on like what's actually happening, right? So that all said, Pisces, actually I'm filling a different deck for you guys. Here we go. What is asking for your attention during this period of time? We are starting with, the thing about eclipses, without getting too far into it, is that we are, experiencing great beginnings and great endings, as so many astrologers say, which I think is incredibly accurate, right? That's what we are experiencing. And that's why I think a lot of people are concerned about it, because sometimes it just ushers things out that you really weren't ready to let go of. And it can be quite painful. So, speaking from personal experience. And so how can we work with the energy to the best of our ability? Perhaps the understanding of what is occurring can help us move through that, to understand it, and to, accept it. Accept the flow of things. I'm not saying that we acquiesce to everything, but I am saying that it can be helpful to understand. So what we're looking at here, and this is a collective reading, right? So keep that in mind. What we're looking at here is which area of life is begging your attention that would be the most beneficial. And so for you, Pisces, we're looking at the house of committed partnerships, committed relationships. And yes, that can be marriage, that can be serious relationships that are not marriage, right? But it can also be business partnerships that you have a contractual relationship with, right? So that can be also that. Mostly we are looking at, more intimate relationships that are more serious. So apply that how it makes sense for you. Again, if this is a collective reading, so if you want something that is more specific to you, then it would be most beneficial to get a one-to-one reading or an astrology consultation. Tarot and astrology answer very different questions. So I would say, if you want something very specific, you can book with me, someone else, whatever it is. If you want to book with me, you can check it out down below in the description box. What kind of advice are you getting for how to move through this intense period of time, right? Of beginnings and endings, of endings and beginnings. And that doesn't mean that people have to exit your life. I've been saying this in all my videos. I always say this. I almost feel like a broken record saying this. So please forgive me if you heard me say this, but this does not mean that we need to cut people out. It can mean that we need to clear things out in order to bring certain relationships back into a harmonious and balanced place, into a more just and fair place. And that doesn't mean cutting people out. It can mean them leaving as well, but it doesn't have to be that, right? So let's be intelligent about how we apply, especially collective readings. Now, that all said, what kind of advice is actually coming through for you? And we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Swords. I'm going to actually start with the Nine of Swords here, right? There is a level of anxiety, worry, and disruption that can happen on an emotional and mental level, an energetic level that feels like almost unbearable and like keep you up at night, kind of unbearable. And I get that. I do. Oh, sorry, that's my cat. Yes, honey, I'm right here. Come here. I'm so sorry, you guys. I probably won't edit this out. Hi, honey. I know, you were not alone. You're never alone. I'm here. So, so this is really just to say, hey, You know, you may feel like things are keeping you up at night, or like you're having intense feelings about these things, feeling like really stressed out, feeling overwhelmed, feeling maybe even hopeless, and so stressed out that it feels like, how can I concentrate on anything else? And you need to step into a place of working with these emotions, working with these feelings, and self-soothing, because it can especially be really intense when we're talking about committed relationships of any kind, right? And the thing about this is that there's it's such a overused concept over the last decade. However, it is true, right? Like, the only thing constant is that things change, people change, the world changes, everything moves, regardless of whether we want it to stand still or not, regardless of whether we can handle it or not. Change happens. And where we have the most suffering that occurs is when we try to hold on to one part of this wheel and keep it from moving forward. Believe me, I know this so intimately, and I empathize with any of you who might be dealing with this. And it is challenging, it is difficult, and I'm really sorry, and I hope that you find a way to self-soothe, and I hope that you have people in your life that can help you through this. And sometimes it can feel really lonely, and also it's the way of the world that we live in. Things change, people change, we change, the world changes. And the Wheel of Fortune is about us coming into a fated place that may not feel on the front end like what we invited in or wanted. And we may not get the entire understanding of why it needed to be that way until we have that hindsight 2020, right? And so I would encourage you to understand that change needs to happen, and that there might be some intense emotions and feelings that go along with that, but it's made worse by when we try to control and grip and hold on to things being a certain way. And I know that it can feel really sensitive, and the best thing we can do is find ways to self-soothe and to work with the energy as it is. Now, this could mean that we've tried to exert control over a certain area of our life, and hold on and grip in such a tight way that it's actually made things worse. And that when we just let go and relinquish control and say, okay, I'm taking my hands off the reins, that things come into a natural rebalancing, which can happen with the South Node and Libra, right? There's a natural rebalancing that can happen that perhaps we weren't necessarily expecting. And so I think that that is a possibility, although I don't think we should hang our hat on any of it. I think that groundlessness is incredibly, for some of us, like really disturbing and hard to deal with. And for some people, it's like they thrive on it, right? And so if you're someone who is more like Nine of Swords energy with this stuff, I feel for you, and I'm sorry. And we will get past this. Things will lighten up. So just know that things will move forward. Maybe check out your monthly reading to see like what kind of spiritual advice and stuff that was unfolding throughout the month, because we go through the beginning, middle, and end of the month there. And also, like I said, check out the astrology videos so that you have an understanding of what's happening there as well. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that it gives you hope. I hope that it's helps you utilize the information in a practical and intelligent way and apply it to your life. And if it has done anything, given you even a little aha, please give the video a like. It does help the algorithm to know to put me in front of your eyes so that I can build this channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, why not do that and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos like this or any of the things I have planned on the horizon. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. And I wish you the most easeful eclipse season possible. Bye.